now sometimes we think a community is just the fact that we're all Native Americans living in the Seattle area. To me, that doesn't make you a community. The connections we have with each other, that makes us a community. Even if you're from a different tribe, even if you're live in a different part of the city or whatever, and maybe we've never even really met before. It's that because you're a Native student, I support you, and if I can help you, let me know how. Because that to me is a community, when we care for each other at that level.
It helps kids so much to engage with community and to feel secure in their identity if they have access to some of that teaching.
In the work that we do, we combine culture, the environment, and media as a tool for anchoring interested students within their tribal communities. It's a way to encourage dialogue and communication, but also exploration of language, cultural preservation.
We try to weave any kind of cultural elements that we can into our programs, because we want to make sure that that's a part of everything that we do and that they feel like they're being represented in the programs that we provide.
What we do is we teach them that technology is a really critical, important tool, and that it can help them express their creativity and their identity and who they are, and that it doesn't have to define them, but they can use it to really define themselves.
Well, when I first started, I was very secluded and I was really introverted, and I didn't like meeting new people or being around people in general, and I guess you could say I was kind of like depressed or whatever, I don't really know, but after I joined, people kind of broke me out of my shell and I learned to be who I was.
The bonds and the friendships and the relationships that these youth build is quite amazing, and I've seen it, and to be a part of that is pretty remarkable. That I think that in itself, building those relationships with people, hopefully will continue for as long as possible, and I think that is really important, that they have friends that they can relate to and they share the same interests, and they are walking the same path in this world, and they're facing a lot of the same struggles and barriers, and maybe they can help one another.
There were 4 Native girls who approached me and said, that they wanted something in the city that could be for them only, for Native only. Basically, we rallied around them, we wrapped our arms around them. And we also had a couple people, different people from the community that didn't necessarily have kids, but believed in what we were starting.
Yeah, you see that those Native students want to be together, they want to support each other culturally and socially with each other and help each other through the system. But we need to support that connection here if we want to help them keep their culture alive.
For my school, what we're going to do is we're going to do an assembly, and it's about stereotypes and how they're not true, and just teaching people about stereotypes and how it can be really rude and stuff. There's a lot more to be learned, and the reason why I'm so involved actually is because of my mom that adopted me.
When our kids have role models that they can look to see, hey, that person doesn't drink, that person doesn't drug, that person doesn't do domestic violence, that person is educated, that person cares about their community enough that they're humbling themselves to come down and talk to us, share with us.
They're going to be one day sitting here in our places, hopefully speaking about these things. They're going to be making the films. They're going to be the future leaders of our community. So I want to give them a space to grow and to hopefully become those things.
Finding each other, finding our common values that bring us together, learning about them and learning how to express them and how to explore the relevance of our culture right now is what art can do, what traditional Native art can do.
I'm constantly in email communication or social media communication with youth that I've worked with 10 years ago, 5 years ago. It's been incredibly gratifying to actually see a number of the young people we've worked with over the years to realize their dreams.
There is a strong core, I would say, of young people that really want to continue this work. We always have to be aware of that, but we have to keep the core, which is our culture of our tribes. We have to keep that core strong. And a lot of other things might change, but that core has to be strong. So I believe there's a number of Native youth that are strong in that core understanding. And they can be our leaders. They can be the ones that other people turn to.
I'm gonna be in every single movie. I'm gonna be like, a movie will only be like 4 stars if it doesn't have me in it, all right? But if it has me in it, that's just an immediate, that's a 5-star movie right there. Yeah, I'll still be with Red Eagle Soaring.